If you think what they did to Pierre Poilievre was bad, if you think what they did to Preston Manning and Stockwell Day was bad, all those guys wanted to do is be a part of the system. But imagine if Albertans say, we're done being part of the system, we want to leave, we're taking our 170 billion barrels of oil with us, and we may be the first domino to go. I think we're talking deep state involvement. We all worried about the assassination of Donald Trump, and it came within an inch of it. When you're talking about 170 billion barrels of oil, when you're talking about changing entire country boundaries, will be nothing that isn't thrown at this. I just fear the greatest battle, the greatest hatchet job, the greatest assassination, the greatest fear campaign ever seen in Canada. I'm not focused on that. I'm not riveted by that. I just have a terrible premonition that if Albertans dare to take their destiny in their own hands, the same way Quebec has now done twice, that those Albertans will be ground into powder. What do you think?
I agree entirely. I was speaking with a litigator, another lawyer yesterday, who's never been involved in fights like this. And as you know, Ezra, I've been on the front line of some very difficult situations, both in Alberta, where I fought the Stelmach government and brought them down, the old PCs, under property rights issues, and then being on the front lines in Ottawa during COVID mandates and Freedom Convoy. So I know I've got the bruises and the scars from those fights, and I know what they take. And what I cautioned this other lawyer about is I said, right now it's being like in a lawsuit where on the other side, it's a self-represented party and we're just mopping the floor, right? As experienced litigators. I said, there's wolf packs and dream teams about to show up on the other side. The Laurentian elite are not going to let this cash cow go. Yeah. They're not going to want us to get out of this relationship where they can milk us and they can have all these huge amounts of money go to them and us be their play toy for their extremist policy implementations. So yeah, we're going to have a fight on our hands. There's going to be dirty tricks played. There's going to be attempts to, they're probably going to put so much pressure on me that I may lose some clients. I'm prepared to do that. If it gets too hot for my clients, I'll certainly understand if they want to get a different lawyer on their litigation files. But not only what you just point out. So we're going to have all of the media, but for a few like yourself, are paid for by the federal Liberals. Right. That's just a fact.